Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft in our survival single-player world. And, out-of-body experience there. Today, today I'm getting a little bit of lag for some reason. I'll have to figure that out in a second. But, we are going to be continuing over here in the Harbor District. I want to get the lower docks in and maybe a little bit of decoration. So we're gonna... lag. Can we not? Please? I don't know what's going on. We're going to cut in a staircase down here to the water, and then we're basically going to wrap around a lower dock down here, which is going to have a couple of smaller docks coming off of it, where we're going to have, fishing boats tied up, and maybe like a little fish merchant stall, things like that. Little decorative touches, but... Story watermelon. Why are you here? Anyways. I am going to try to figure out why the game is hitching on me all of a sudden. That's new and different. And get some materials together so we can do the lower dock. And I will see you back here in just a minute. Alright, I think I figured out the hitching I was having. I had upgraded Voxy and Sodium, and I think that the new version of Voxy and the new version of Sodium weren't playing nice together, because I'm not having any issues anymore. I also added a few other things like Voxy Chunk Loader, or Voxy World Loader, something like that. Basically makes it where Voxy kind of does what Distant Horizons does, and actually loads in the chunks around. Wow, I'm having a hard time talking today, guys. But not a whole lot appears too different out here. Nope. And we froze. Oh, there we go. Maybe we're still having a little bit of an issue, but we're going to bear with it, and I will figure it out between episodes later on. For now, I cut down some more trees, I gathered some more materials, and we're going to start planning this out. So I need some spruce stairs, which I don't think I've got. No, I do spruce slabs. I also need some more storage space. I also don't have more storage space. Ooh, yeah, no. Apparently I was completely wrong, and I haven't sorted it at all. Good to know. That away. That away. Those are that at the moment. Okay. Well, like I said, we'll ignore it for now, and I will figure out what's going on. I'm not having this issue in my other worlds. I think it's because there's so much loaded in this world. Maybe Voxy is, not quite cooperating. I don't know. We'll figure it out. For now, I just need a bunch of stairs. Like so. And we'll figure out the exacts of all this later, but I figure 4 or 5 blocks wide. Helps if I stay on the stair. Okay. Oh, come on. Gonna have some filling in work to do back down here too in a little bit. Clearly. Here we go. They're gonna make it pain, aren't they? This. Here. And 5. 1, 3, 5. So I figure I want all of these to be relatively wide paths. Someone's burbling. Okay. We're gonna ignore the Burblmeister. And we'll fill in back behind this with some dirt once we are done. I don't want to leave any horrible open holes in the world or anything. I think that our next big project that we're going to start looking at, once we get a little bit more of the Harbor District done, is our Nether Hub. We kind of talked about the ideas on it before. I do think that we're going to go with a like metro station, subway station kind of feeling. I think that's going to be the most fun for me. Because then I get to play with, you know, setting up like redstone rail systems, which I haven't played with in forever, and kind of setting, you know, track switches and things so that you can pick a destination and have the system automatically route you to it across various track changes. Well, that did just work out great, didn't it? Beautiful. Then, switch those, that, and we're going to... We want to have posts one out from the actual edge of this. I think we're going to do slabs just at water level for the path itself. And I do have some slabs on. Perfect. Right there. Nope. Not you. Nobody asked you. Thank you. And we'll swap that one just for completion's sake. And we're going to go out about here, I think. And start adding our pillars on. Just want to make sure that these are all the way down, so if you happen to see it from below... Well, take a look in just a second here. So that if you happen to see it from below, that goes all the way to the bottom. You won't see, you know, a piece of dirt under it or anything. And we're basically going to follow this area around this curve. We're going to get rid of all of these, kind of bushes hanging out around here. The fact that that one's here with nothing around is interesting. And then we're basically going to stop probably about here so that we don't get too in the way of the larger dock here, which presumably we're going to have to extend out further for ships anyways. So we're still thinking about that. Actually, I might end this a little bit sooner. I might end it about here where the leaves are, just to leave plenty of space over there. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So, let me sleep to pass the night that's about to start here. And then we will be right back to continue expanding that thing. Alright, we are back at it. Actually, one thing about it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open that up. We're going to want a path coming over here properly, even if it's not a right now thing. And let's start figuring out the shape of this. Here we'll go in one. You know, I think we're just going to follow the shape of this. So we have this, and we're going to go over one past where that is, before we go one. So for each one that this goes, we're going to go over one and then in. This one actually goes in two. I think we're just going to mirror the shape of this wrapping around, and then we'll fill in some of the between area most likely, but I just want to get the shape of what we're doing here. One. Okay, perfect. All right. I'm going to figure out the shape of this thing, and then I will bring you guys back in shortly. Alright. How appropriate we'd be working on this in the rain. Anyways, I've got the shape of this thing worked out. It's going to wrap around here. We haven't gotten the sub-docks coming off of it yet. But our next step is going to be to mark in these posts here. And I think we want to go... I think 4 between is pretty good. Like that, and then we'll go... So if we go 4 between... 1, 2, 3, 4... I'd be here. I like here better. We're gonna do this one. This is not an exact science. This is kind of a little bit of, guesswork and making it up as we go. 1, 2, 3, 4... And we're gonna go to here. Again, because I just like it better. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another corner right there. Beautiful. And then that. Yeah, we're just gonna... I put that in the wrong spot, didn't I? One too far forward. That is one too far forward. Dang it. Try this again. A little bit dark. Hold on. Oh, it could have been more perfect if I tried. Well, that's not what I meant to do there. Okay, switch this and just finish stripping those. Perfect. Alright. Let me go sleep for the night real quick. And be right back. Alright. Back at it. I forgot to hit record for a second. And that's alright. We're getting... it needs to not be that way. Hold on. Yoink. There. There. And there. We're just getting the lights in because they are going to make everything just a touch easier, as being able to see usually does. Right, and then from here we're going to rotate and start doing them this way. 1, 2, 3 more. Bad. Thank you. Fantastic, and more, and bam, bam, bam. Beautiful. Okay, the next step is going to be to run some smaller fishing docks off of here, and I think I also want to put maybe like a little embedded shack in this hillside here, which we might start planning for, but I don't think we're going to fully make that today, but I like that idea a lot. Almost like a tackle shop just buried in the side of the cliff. cross angle situation. Yeah, and then have quite literally a corner store, actually. Oh yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. And then we'll have a little roof kind of coming out of the earth face here. And a little counter, maybe a little access door, just a little like trap door off to the side for someone to come in and out. Shutters to close the thing at night. I think that'll look good. And we're going to start with the most obvious dock, the furthest one out here. We're going to stick to 4 between pillars here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there'll be a pillar off of this one. I'm going to need more wood. Always the case, isn't it? Well, dang. Alright. We'll continue planning it out, at least for now, and I'll gather some more materials here in just a minute. Figure, how does this feel if I just go, like, 2 past the pillar, which I'm going to mark with that. You know, that's a pretty good length. And then at the pillar on the post, instead of having a lamp, we're just going to have a... Because this should be close enough to be all lit, right? Yeah. So we're just going to have a fence post on the top here, which is going to be where people can tie off, and then another one off the other side. So we'll have room for, you know, a boat forward, a boat to the rear, a boat forward, a boat to the rear. And then we can have our second one between these two, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. This one's going to be a little weird because we're going off of staggered posts here. But I think we'll measure off of this one, and we'll just let that one be a little further. 2, 3, 4 between, which means that one will be where the post is. Go, and then 2 past will give us that, and I think that'll be okay. And then this one's a little weird. I think we're going to skip that one, and we'll do this one. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go gather some more spruce wood, and I will be right back in just a moment. Alright. We've got more spruce logs now, so we can continue getting our posts in. Probably not enough, but enough for us to continue chatting while I work. Which is all I can really ask. Beauty. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on the channel right now, and it's a lot of fun. Between Skyblock, which is one of my favorite ways to play Minecraft, Tower SMP, we're getting to meet some new folks, hang out. We've actually done our first Tower SMP live stream. That was a ton of fun. VOD for that should be up probably Thursday. If all goes according to plan, which it rarely does, so we'll see. And then we've got the second channel started to catch our non-Minecraft or non-Minecraft adjacent content. So pretty much if it is a stream of kind of a side game, if it's a side game that we do in the future moving forward, though for the moment any side games we're playing, it's Sherlock Holmes and Crime Scene Cleaner. We're going to finish those here on the main channel. Maybe a little late, but we are going to finish them in the coming weeks, 3, 4, that one will be that, and we'll have 2 past it. But any future variety games we do will wind up on the second channel, either as VODs or as recorded videos. Probably going to do a little bit of both, because I do really enjoy, honestly, both processes at this point. Doing the streams is a ton of fun, I've got to be honest. But, there's always a but. It does take time differently than recording does. So it's kind of figuring out how to fit it into the schedule. Game, why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? Why would you do that to me? That was rude. Unacceptable behavior. I gotta figure out what's causing that. Once again, that's a between episodes thing. Hopefully before the next one, we'll get that figured out. Because the game runs great, but then it'll just randomly hitch. Like that. And I'm wondering if maybe it's from when I had my hard drive corrupt, if I might have some remaining issues from when I kind of triaged out these chunks. I'm hoping that's not the case. I don't have this issue in any other worlds, though. I don't have it in any of my building test worlds. I don't have it in Tower. I don't have it anywhere else. So, I don't know. I'm going to look into it between episodes, but for now, once again, I need to grab some more materials, so I'm going to chop down more trees. I'll be right back. Alright. More trees chopped. I can speak, I swear. More trees chopped. And we are about ready to finish this thing off. But yeah, no, the channel's doing well. The channel is heading in fun, interesting directions, and I'm getting to hang out with some really fun, interesting people. We just had our first tower stream. I got to hang out with Bobozo. And I think that we are going to have a lot of fun hanging out with her in the future. Hanging out with Teddy some more. I cannot wait. Teddy's been busy with some IRL stuff, but hopefully soon she'll be able to get back on. Danny Boy and True, both so much fun to hang out with. I'm always glad to see them whenever I get on. Levi is a delight. Honestly, the entire tower crew, every single one of them. Turbo, Thrumbo, like all of them. Every time I've interacted with any of them, it's been an absolute delight, and I'm really glad that I found my space in among this specific flavor of internet weirdo. This one's kind of a little bit unnecessary. Oh, man. Wait, this is like right next to the cave I want to use as the smuggler's den. I might have to like make this a little more overgrown and less obvious. I do kind of like that it's that accessible, though. We'll see. I know it's a smuggler's den, and I'm telling all of you about it. So I have to assume that you're all good at keeping secrets. If you guys can't keep a secret, then what's the point of having a smuggler's den? You know what I mean? Anyways, this is about what I was hoping to get done today. I know it's not the most exciting of episodes, but it's necessary progress, and when we swing back here to take a look, yeah, that just makes things feel that little bit more complete. And that's really what I was looking for today. I think that this is really helping fill in this harbor district and really helping make this whole place look more like we would like it to. And it's beautiful. All of it's beautiful. We've got the photon shaders, we've got the beautiful skylines, we've got the voxy so we can see out miles and miles, even if there is a little fog today. Overcast, rainy days. But, with all that said, guys, we're ending in a little bit of a weird spot here, I know. What am I doing? This is not where we end or start videos. How could I? We're going to live with it for today. Thanks so much for coming along on the adventure, guys. I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm glad you guys are having fun coming along with me. And hopefully we will have many, many more adventures to come. So, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!